How's it going, fans of the PMC? Dr. V here today, bringing you our power rankings for week 4 of the D-League. Now, this week everyone else was a horse, unfortunately, and they were not able to record at the times that I was available to record this. So, yeah, either that or one or two of us may have been slightly in no condition to record at the times that other people could have recorded. So I'm by myself again. But let's get started with this, shall we? So at number 12, we have Orso and the Windsor Weaviles. Now, this week he did lose a 5-0 to Akki and Portland Crobats. And Hoopa U is proving why it's probably not going to be allowed into the regular season. So, yeah. You just have way too much to prep for with Hoopa U, and Orso does not have a bad team overall, honestly. Like, he has a pretty solid team, and he just can't seem to get it going with the sets that he's been running. If you saw my little banter last week, I really think that he needs to change up his sets immediately if he wants to start picking up more wins, or he is just going to keep getting beat by his opponents predicting his sets every week. So yeah, that's my only advice to Orso this week. If you're watching this video, or any of his fans watching this video, like, help him out, just change up his sets so that he can start picking up the wins, because his team is too good for the record that he has. Alright, so moving on to number 11. We have Maxx and the Maxximum Charizards. Now, this was a 4-0 victory in Spencer's favor, and to Max's credit, he did not play well. I mean, not play bad. Wow, my words got tangled. Sorry. He did not play bad at all. He probably could have picked up his first win this week if it hadn't been for one specific mon that Spencer brought, which was an Earthquake Mew. Now, that just threw everyone off for a loop when we saw it. I know that all of us on the Analyst team were extremely shocked at seeing an Earthquake Mew. When we saw it, we're like, wait, Earthquake on a Mew? And from that, it was just, he kept all of Max's mons in check. But if he had managed to get rid of that Mew somehow, this very easily could have turned into a win for Maxx this week. But he's been improving tremendously throughout the season, and I hope that he keeps it going, and I hope he can pick up his win at some point soon. So, alright, moving on to number 10, we have Dolphin and the Voltgate zoroarks. Now, this week was a spanking from Kieran Black on Trev's side. He won 5-0 with Kieran picking up all 6 kills this week. Yeah, Dolphin just has not been using his mons the way that Protean Greninja. Honestly, I know that this is Counter League format and that it's not terrible to deal with when you can predict it, but it just packs so much power, and I just don't think Dolphin has been using it properly. So from what I'm seeing, it might make the actual roster, even though I'm hoping that other people will vote with me to not let it be in the actual roster because of what it can do. But yeah, this 5-0 loss to Trev drops Dolphin down from 8th to 10th this week. And that's all I really got to say about that match. Now, this next match was probably one of my favorite matches this week. So, this next match was the Detroit Solgaleos, coached by Roshan, versus Adam and Kansas City Kakunas. Now, Roshan actually ended up picking a 3-0 victory this week. Basically, what happened during this match was Excadrill set up a sub, and Adam had no way of breaking through it. Like, his mons just could not hit it hard enough. I don't know what exactly Roshan had on his extra drill set, but it just ate up hits and dished them right back out. So good job to Roshan picking up his win. So that moved him up to number 9th this week. Alright, and moving on to number 8, we have the Washington Talonflames, and moving up one spot from last week. So yeah, I went over this match a little bit already. That Mew set was clutch, but the reason I only moved him up one spot was because of that I felt if he had been a little careless with the Mew, or if Maxx had done something to get rid of the Mew, he probably could have lost this match. So I'm only moving him up one spot this week because of it. So yeah, that's all for that one. And next up at number 7, we have Kyle and the Mesquite Mesprits, dropping down a 3 whole spots from last week to CJ and the Baltimore Oriolus. So this match was also a really intense match, honestly. It's not like everything was just given. It was a tough one victory, and it could have gone either way again. Basically, what sealed the game was Kyle going for a Meteor Mash and missing versus the Mega Sableye. If he had gotten that kill against Mega Sableye, who knows what could have happened, honestly. It's Pokemon, you never know with this, but that's really what sealed the game here. And yeah, unfortunately Kyle does have to drop down this week. Moving on to number 6, we have Adam and the Kansas City Kakunas. Now, I know that's a pretty far drop, but it's the fact that he had nothing at all for the Excadrill, and the Excadrill just wrecked his entire team, really. Yeah, it was just, I feel like this is justified enough based on the result that the people above him got this week. I feel like it's a pretty justifiable result, to dropping him down to number 6 this week. So good job to him. I know that he can definitely play better than he did this week, so I'm looking forward to seeing his match next week with this. Okay, on to number 5. We have RG and the New York Metagross. Now this was another one of those things where I justified it because the people above him won really solid weeks, and I don't feel right putting someone that lost this week against them. So yeah, RG had been a number 1 the entire season, but he did lose this week. He lost 3-0 to Jack in the Mienshaos, and yeah, thankfully it wasn't as much of a stallfest as last time. So yeah, I felt that it was a good spot to put him out for this week. And alright, starting off with the top 4, we have CJ and the Baltimore Oriolus. Now, I had CJ at number 7 last week, and honestly I just hadn't really paid attention to his team that much. His wins had seemed kind of lackluster, to say the least, and yeah, I just kept having him ranked pretty low. And this week he beat the person that I had in number 4 last week. So CJ actually has only lost that first round match, and he has earned this place in the top 4 with his results. They haven't been big victories by any means, but they've been solid victories. So good job to CJ moving up to number 4. Number 3, we have moving up 3 spots, Trev and the Atlanta Braviaries. Now, again, this week he did just completely destroy his opponent, and he, yeah, Kieran Black got all the kills on this week. So good job to Trev. Again, I haven't paid attention to the playoff race, so I should probably start doing that this week. So I'll definitely keep my eyes open to see where everyone stands in playoff rankings and what all the matches mean. And up to number 2, we have Akki and the Portland Crobats. So yeah, this week Akki played really well. He predicted whatever he needed to predict Orso was bringing, and his Hoopa and Megalopony just ran through the team. He actually could have won a 6-0 if he had just made a little bit of a different prediction there, but yeah, it was really close to being a 6-0 match this week. But he did end up losing Hoopa U due to over-predicting something, or overthinking something, I should say, and yeah, the Mega Absol killed the Hoopa U that week. Alright, and up to number 1, we have Jack and the Maryland Mienshaos. Now, no, I didn't move him up just because he had beaten the person I had number 1 before. He was at number 3 last week, and he's played really solidly. His only loss, I believe, comes from RG, actually, and that first week when it was, I believe it was like a 120 round match or something like that. Something ridiculous that no one ever wants to see, really. It was a stallfest after stallfest. But last time he lost just due to a missed Stone Edge, and this week things went more in his favor, and his Kyurem was just able to do what I needed to do to clean up RG's team. And yeah, both the Kyurems actually did really well this week. So yeah, that's power rankings for this week, guys. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have people on here, honestly. My schedule is different from most people's, and yeah, so until next week, guys, see ya then. Later.